What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 23 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Arkhan the Black campaign. So as we saw last time, King Araru destroyed the remnants of the Talaquan forces that were outside of Sudenburg, and it looks like the remnants of the Dino force that was earlier destroyed by King Jock continues to run away from us and will, by the looks of it, be by and large destroyed by attrition, which is great. Gotta appreciate the vampiric corruption for doing at least some of our work for us. There's still a lot of Talaquan territory to conquer, however, and I just realized all of this is jungle as well, so we could in theory be giving all this stuff to the last defenders, which what, they don't like something? They don't like treaties with Drakenhof or Sylvania. Oh, well, I don't like that at all. I didn't realize they didn't appreciate the treaties with Sylvania, but that's mostly probably due to aversion. I don't think they actually care about the faction all that much. We'll keep trying to build our relationship with them if we can, and if by giving them a few territories we achieve that, that would work out quite nicely. Leave us to the deserts so you can have the jungles, though now I'm trying to figure out where exactly do we go. So we would be able to take some territory from Illustria, but once we're done with the desert here and the Badlands, I guess we have to move into the Darklands then. Alright, so it'll be like this. That's our territory if we leave the jungles to these guys, especially if they fight Kairos for us. Well, if we can manage to pull it off. Maybe a little bit of Illustria, and is there anywhere else that we can occupy? I mean, we can obviously take the yellow territories, it's just that they're kind of a hassle, and there are probably some yellow territories that are better than others in terms of actually bothering to hold them. Even mountain territories would probably be preferable to the jungles to the south here, because they're just going to be a pain to hold. Although I do notice that there's a desert at the Deadhead Monoliths as well. You know what would be neat as an effect if if factions like Arkhans would slowly turn everything to desert over time, like the actual climate would change. That might be an actual neat campaign mechanic for some factions to have in general. But anyway, I digress. King Araru ended up sieging Thyrus Zintler here at Bagar, and this is what we're going to start this episode off with right after. And we do a couple things. First of all, we didn't do diplomacy last episode, and what I remember I wanted to do was this. So Fort Obersteyr, previously held by Wissenland, is now fallen, so we don't need to be at war with Wissenland anymore. We can peace out with them and take the money for it.
Right.
There we go. This frees up Mr. Vlad from fighting another faction. He's already at war with plenty. Now, who's he at war with around him? Really, it's only these guys. He is at war with Talabekland, and they're actually willing to peace out as well. I'd really love for Vlad to actually consolidate a bunch of his territory, so you know what? We're gonna peace out with Talabekland as well. Not for a lot of money, mind you, but that's fine. And the reason I want to do that is now Vlad is only at war with Zufbar, I believe. Yes, near him only Zufbar. Then we're going to declare war on Tempelhof. They do kind of like us, but Castle Tempelhof is up for taking, and Otto, whatever, is right beside it. So we're going to declare war on you. Going to call everybody to help. Like so. This way, he refused to join. Really? Okay, that's shocking. So does he actually? No, he is at war. Okay, it's that bug again.
Sit by my side.
I don't know what the heck the point of that was, because you're at war. Maybe something about Vassal is bugged. It's been like that for a while, it feels, but I guess Tempelhof... Yeah, there it is. It's in there. Alright. I'm literally just trying to help you out, man. Why you gotta be like this? Oh, frickin' Vashanash. Alright, well, let's leave him to his... let's leave him to his devices. At least he'll hopefully take that territory. Now that we're done that, I believe that's all that I wanted to do, but let's just double check the diplomacy in case there's anything else. Scourge of Cain wants a non-aggression pact. I'm not sure that we want anything to do with them. Let them die. They're friends with Nakari, and we hate chaos.
Mother of despair.
Which is a good reason to be friendly with the various Dark Elves, because they ain't too happy about chaos either. Alrighty, also we got some quests. Let's take those. Thorkarmbrow, Huntazak, Thyrus. Yes. we'll definitely do that. Parts of Sartosa also has Thyrus, so we'll take that, because this is an easy quest that we're about to complete should we win the battle. Is there anybody that can recruit stuff, though? I'd like to get some more black coaches out of the Drakenhof Conclave's territory, if possible, but it's looking more and more likely that we're going to have to betray them and kill them ourselves. These guys they're just not doing it. Now, the only possible thing we might be able to do is somehow become friends with the last defenders, but also somehow force them into a fight with the Drakenhof Conclave. Maybe they could do it for us, but otherwise I don't really see a possibility. Well, either way, that's it with the Diplo. Let's go to Bagar. Let's see what we can do. Looks like a pretty fun field battle, and we do remain hurt from the previous fight. So, let's see how much of a fight the enemy gives us. Here we go. Alrighty, ooh, I like the destroyed pyramid, or damaged pyramid, I should say, over the mountains, or cliffs, or plateau, or whatever else we see in the background. There's another one out there as well. Very nice. Oh, this one is not nearly as destroyed as it looked at first glance. It was simply very much buried. Alright. Oh well, here we go, a pretty darn big stack, and oh wow, look at their, look how they deployed. Huh. Very evenly. Surprisingly evenly. I feel like I don't see the AI do this all that much, but well, whatever. Just exactly 2 ranks. Maybe it got lazy and didn't want to deal with it over the and before the battle started. But anyway, here we go. We're going to start with the bombardment for as long as the enemy will let us. Obviously, a screaming or a casket of souls rather will outrange an enemy mortar. So we're going to take the opportunity to dish out as much damage to the infantry before the mortar starts firing, or at the very least before it starts moving. When it does, maybe we'll switch targets to it, or maybe we'll even switch or ignore it and allow our units on the side, i.e. our crypt ghouls here and here, to try to knock it down instead. Otherwise, we do have the advantage of this cliffside here, which means we can use it as a pseudo wall, and then move our units forward once the enemy gets closer. Obviously, we're keeping our infantry and our fragile units back so that the enemy mortar cannot target them, at least not right now, though it is moving forward and is probably looking to get some shots in. We are not casting spells. What are you talking about? I heard you just say they're casting spells. Maybe I did cast a spell, but I don't see what spell I would have cast here. Maybe something to just heal everybody? Oh, no, I did cast a spell. It was the... Actually, no. Okay, I thought I cast a spell, but it could be a different time. I don't know, whatever. Well, either way, not much of a difference. Screaming Skull Catapult, getting some nice shots into the blobs here, and followed up by that Casket of Souls, which does even more damage, but we are about to get overwhelmed by an absolutely massive pile of Imperial troops. Hopefully they don't notice the Crypt Ghouls on the sides. In fact, we're going to move them back a little bit, just to try to prevent them from doing so. It looks like we're going to take an Arrow of Akshi. Was that an Arrow of Akshi? Yes, it was. This is a Huntsman General, so yes. I was wondering for a second if it was a fireball instead. This is a little bit difficult to tell them apart at a distance. Though obviously the fireball is much bigger. Anyway, artillery continue firing for at least a little bit longer, although it looks like we're going to have to engage with our infantry shortly, and in fact are moving up our own infantry in order to do so, even though they will then start taking damage from the enemy mortars. Also, I don't like the idea of our Ushabti taking damage from the enemy range units, so we're going to back these guys off a little bit as well. Can't believe you guys finally did something on cue. Alright, back away, draw the enemy range units in, though we will be switching all of our artillery fire to the range units at this point, at the very least until the ghouls get to where they need to be. Speaking of the ghouls, they've been approaching, and it looks like the mortar will grow silent in a few seconds as it will get charged. Unfortunately, our second and, or third and fourth, I guess, a unit of ghouls on the leftmost flank did get noticed by the enemy halberdiers, so they do have a fight on their hands. lines, and the battle is well joined. Now the Ushabti are going to move in together with our skeleton spears, and we're going to see what we can do. The enemy army does have a fairly significant amount of halberdiers, though them having drawn a decent amount of them over to the side to fight our crypt ghouls, it does actually work for us, because we do want to protect our Ushabti. There you go, it's all Ushabti in this particular battle. They need to hold the line, and they need to do the damage. You gotta love Ushabti, definitely one of the coolest looking units. Not as cool as a Hyro Titan, perhaps, but still pretty damn up there. You gotta love those dual Kopeshes that they've got as well. Alright, and it looks like a decent amount of the enemy infantry line has broken. At the very least, all the regular state troops have been by and large broken on this side, though there are still a few fighting here. That said, we do have our artillery that can target this blob, as only the Ushabti hold, and the Ushabti are not all that threatened by that. We're also going to move our Flock of Joff over an enemy blob here to try to protect our Crypt Ghouls just a little bit, and gonna drop those bombs. And oh, that's a lovely shot. Very nice. You gotta love the fireworks. Alright, let's see how much damage that did to the halberdiers. One of them is basically broken and the other one is shaken, but the rest will continue fighting, and unfortunately one of our crypt ghouls is beginning to crumble. However, on the bright side, it is very close to the edge of the map, so we should be able to get it off said map and withdraw to safety. Otherwise, it looks like the Ushabti are very much holding, and now the crypt ghouls, the first two crypt ghouls that have taken care of the mortar, are starting to hit the enemy back line as well. No more range fire from you, please. And let's hope our range units and our artillery can take care of all this as well. And the Ushabti seem to be doing just fine, though we could get a little bit of a buff on them by getting that Jaff's Incantation of Curse Plates. Very nice shot from the Screaming Skull Catapult. There we go, moving right through those Ushabti. I hear flee, so you better. And there we go, very, very nice. It looks like the balance of power is now about 70% in our favor. Really the toughest portion of the battle, I think, is now where these ghouls are. Gotta try to keep them alive. These guys are still melting away, but I decided to put them back in just because the Realm of Souls Tier 2 is about to activate. And we gotta make use of it. Ushabti are now abandoning the main line to try to chase after any enemy units and prevent any enemy range that are still firing from continuing to do so. Especially because two of our ghouls are too distracted to do this job right now. Very nice. You gotta love the kick an infantry and explode it animation, and there we go. It looks like with that, the rest of the main enemy line will collapse. Oh wow, that actually hurt our Lich Priest. The range fire, the artillery fire, that's kind of surprising, considering he's a single entity, but he has low armor, I guess, and is fairly fragile. Anyway, the last remnants of the enemy army will be this pile of flagellants, and we will artillerize them and move in our Necrotech and White King to take care of it. Whip away. Very nice. And here comes some more Ushabti, because clearly they haven't had enough kills throughout this battle. Just gonna take care of these last few. The units are unbreakable, of course. And down they go. I saw somebody's head go flying, and with that... Oh, very nice. I didn't realize they had a pickup animation. Oh, I gotta watch the Ushabti more, looks like. Very nice. You get pets for that animation. Too bad that they don't rip apart the infantry unit in the air once they pick them up like that. They kind of just pick them up and drop them by the looks of it. Still, we'll have to see the animation again. Anyway, a close victory. It certainly took a little bit of effort as we did take some damage, though mostly to the crypt ghouls, I think. On the sides, our main melee line certainly held pretty admirably. And I believe with that... the only losses would have been the skeleton spears. Yeah, they had to be sacrificed, but otherwise, that's fine. We'll be willing to sacrifice skeleton spears throughout the campaign for the Tomb Kings. Alrighty, there we go. Not too bad, but we certainly did take losses. Of 1/3 of our army damaged or lost, and 2 units of skeleton spears sacrificed. But that's par for the course and is nothing unusual. We're going to occupy the place for ourselves, and we're going to rebuild those. Oh wow! Look at all those missions successful. Skeleton Chariot King Araru. I don't think so. You're probably better off on the Steed until you can get your War Sphinx up and running, so let's go back to Steed for you. And I guess you're going to go Geheb of the Earth. Granted, this buffs up Ushapti with Great Bow as well, but it doesn't actually increase the range firepower at all, so that's fine. Power up the Ushapti. You're still going to be using a fairly decent amount of them after all. You are going to continue increasing their mobility, and then you, Lich Priest. Now let's get replenished troops. Upgrade. Ooh. We have the ability to summon units via Disciple of Osirian now. Yeah, let's get Disciple of Osirian. We'll need the extra melee line. And then you can have, let's say, ooh, you can get Ushapti right now, but do we really want to wait rather than immediately try to attack Antok? Especially before they can get that up and running. I feel like we should probably attack them, though there is the danger of immediately getting a war declaration upon us by the Bowmen of Orion, if we tried, which is kind of a scary thought, as this army wouldn't be very good at dealing with those guys. Well, either way, for now I think we have no choice. We're going to rebuild those skeleton warriors, but if we can rebuild later on with a different unit, we'll do that. We're not going to bother collecting the income here, although I do like the fact that we can maintain these military buildings. We also have the Mahrak Guard, a more powerful version of the Tomb Guard available here, which have what? Pursuit of battle, melee defense and physical resistance, oh, fairly high. Time spent engaged in melee. These are quite nice Tomb Guard. Alright. And the Pyramid also gives us campaign movement range when winning a battle, and wins a power reserve increase. And income from post-battle loot, so not a bad Pyramid to have. We will obviously build it, but it'll be some time until we get to that point, or feel safe enough in this particular area to actually use money on that. Also, King Sanakt. You are going to, I guess, lose one of the skeleton spears. Man, we're really starting to run out of skeleton spears. But they're the only ones badly damaged right now, so let's do that. And I did not realize that that would actually delete 2 of them, my bad. I'm going to put the Necrotech back in your army, or into your army in general. And, well, we won't be getting any new units right now, but we'll build them up depending on what Thorek does. Also, Thorek is an underway stance, so he won't be taking damage from the corruption here, which is a shame, but oh well. Alrighty, is there anything else that we need to do in this particular turn? I don't believe that there is, so we can end it and proceed. We do have a lot of money to spend, we do have this nonsense to deal with, but King Rakash can't deal with it. Honestly, I'm very tempted to just straight up sail him out. Although, what's the likelihood that you can actually reach the place? The thing is, Leonardo's going to want to try to avoid us, and I doubt that we can get him ourselves. I'm really, really tempted to send King Rakash out here to kill Leonardo, get Lucchini, trade it to Sartosa, get Rifrafa, do the same thing, then Miragliano, and then on to Skavenblight, which we need to take anyway. Although, taking these territories will probably force Belagar to declare war on us. I wouldn't be surprised. Although they do seem to like our war with the rats. So really the question is, do we risk this? It really depends on what this guy does. If he straight up tries to land here, and then maybe we're better off waiting. Oh, also, we can upgrade you. I'm glad I clicked here. And we do need the walls up and running. And everything else is fine, though the public order in this place is now quite problematic. We'll be upgrading Pyrus next turn, so we'll wait for 1 more turn. Alrighty, otherwise, skip the rest. Outpost available, here not moved. Outpost upgrade available, all skip, skip, skip. Although, wait, I just want to double check. How's Clarkaron looking? That's looking okay. At least they have the defensive building there, but honestly their garrison isn't all that strong, even with the walls under consideration. I think we'll wait. Because if they die, there's no purpose to wasting our money. And damn, Nagaroth is really strong. It's gonna be nice if we can... maybe get friendly with you. 6k, eh? For a non-aggression pact with Malekith. We'll wait on it. Maybe we can get friendlier over time. We are moving up to +1, so yeah. And let's wait until that. And hey, if we get another trustworthy or two necrotechs or something, then we could get even friendlier. Who knows, though? As long as they don't declare war on us, really, everything is okay. Now, it looks like another territory got taken up here by the Dread Fleet, so good job to them. Hugrim ran away, only to get destroyed by the Drakenhof Conclave. Well, too bad for him. Not much for King Jock to do then, at least not here, but it'll possibly allow him to move south. Zufbar wants peace, but we don't want peace, mostly because we want him to, we want Vlad to be able to take care of that. Ah, these guys did come here to Agrul Migdal. Well, let's see if we can hold. I sincerely doubt it, especially as they have Cygors and our garrison's trash. Let's just do this regular style, because I feel like the place will fall. Yeah, that's what we get for declaring war on these guys. We're gonna have to send somebody to hunt them down. 'Tis a bit of an annoyance, but oh well. The Ungors aren't really a threat, but I don't see what we can do about the Cygors and the fact that they exist. And yeah, this map isn't particularly good for defending against this type of army either. Lots of wide open space for the Cygors to do damage. Unless, of course, the enemy tries to deploy them very far away from everybody else. We can also build a tower at the main location and try to hold there and ignore everything else, but the tower, as I recall here, isn't in a good position. This is a Skaven map, right? Oh, I have a Tomb King version of it. Oh, actually, this is not Tomb King version, this is Orc version. Alright, well. This is actually even worse. In some ways. Alright, so this is the key building that we want to defend. We could build a tier 4 tower and just allow the enemy to come to us, and oh. Huh, one of the Cygors is all the way out here with a bunch of Beastmen Warhounds, eh? We could try to sally out towards them, but the Cygor's so far that maybe we actually want them to try to travel through all these territories. Yeah, you know what, I think we're gonna hold back here, or at least we're gonna try. I'm not sure that it's gonna be very effective, but... Oh well, oh, you actually have 2 towers available too. Where's the second one? Oh, it's all the way back there? No, that's useless garbage. And we could try to hold this place as well, but then the Warhounds will simply move up here, and I don't think that's going to be good. Let's go Magic Tower here. Best one we can get, and then the second one, I guess, here, because this is the only place that we're guaranteed to be likely to hold. You're gonna go here, you're gonna go here, and we're gonna see. We'll use the horses to chase anything off if we can. And then you guys just stay as far back from the Cygors as you possibly can. And let's hope that the enemy army separates itself as it tries to advance. Alright, and that's about as good as it's gonna get. Man, this garrison's garbage. Speed it up to max, and let them move forward. And it looks like the doggos aren't advancing without the Cygor. Oh well. And the Cygor's probably advancing with a bunch of Gors and Ungors. We just can't see them because they're hidden. It would be nice if this Minotaur unit advanced by itself, though. Alright, come on, doggos. Good doggos, come here. Alright, there's that Cygor. Move back even further, please. We're hidden. I guess they can't see us. Okay, well, that's just great. I'm not being sarcastic. It's genuinely great. Let's send one of our units of Ushabti back here, together with the Nehekar warriors, and then a couple of our units of range units to try to attack those Minotaurs. Same thing for you, Lord. You guys are going to be specialized for killing them. Alright, and here comes the enemy. We're about to start taking Cygor hits as well. Alright, range units, go for the Minotaurs. See how missile resistant they are. The Minotaurs are going to charge our Ushabti. We're going to countercharge them now. And switch to the next unit of Minotaurs. Damn. Alright, here come the enemy units, and... Alright, we're gonna need to send you forward. Don't let the raiders damage the Ushabti. Alright, in fact, you, tower, you're gonna go after that unit here. How are our Ushabti looking? Well, they're starting to get hurt. You know what? Back them off a little bit. Let the Nehekar warriors take some damage. And then have the Ushabti hit the enemy in the back, as our range units can fire over their heads. Like so. Looks like the Minotaurs want to follow them along. That's fine. At least it is in this particular situation. You, fire at the Minotaurs there. And... alright, well, it looks like we're gonna have to commit our horses. Not gonna be very strong, but, well, I don't see any choice in the matter. Alright, Ushabti, try to break through those raiders. You, try to hold the Ungors. There's another unit of doggos. We can't do anything about that one. Maybe send you out there. Alright, I'll speed it up back to max in a few seconds. It's not looking like it's going to be possible to hold this, unfortunately. And, alright, well, the tower's dishing out some damage. The Minotaurs are about to break at the very least, but Tower Ushabti are also in pretty bad shape. Alright, Nehekar horsemen are failing against the Ungor spears, but yeah, they're Nehekar. They're skeleton horsemen, they're not even Nehekar horsemen. They're a pretty terrible unit. Alright, there we go, and next unit of Minotaurs. For you, try to target maybe that unit of Ungor raiders now. Are skeleton warriors losing to an Ungor herd? That's pretty sad. And these Ushabti, wow, they're getting wrecked by the Beastmen Warhounds in combination with the unit of Ungors. Ungor raiders, I mean. Yeah, alright, I think we can speed it back up to max. And there's no way that this garrison holds. Granted, this was, I believe, a tier 1 building, and wow, you didn't even manage to kill that unit of Minotaurs. Actually, if you could try to kill that, that would be swell. Mostly because I think that we'll have to fight this army again in a different location. Alright, keep attacking it. We will lose our commandant in this place, and yeah, the Warhounds are just going to prevent tower or range units from doing anything. And we will not, by the looks of it, have enough units on the field to actually activate tier 3 Realm of Souls. Alright, Lord, try to kill a few more Minotaurs. So there's 2 left in this one, and this blob, I mean. And what the heck was that tower? That went completely wide. Try to target these Minotaurs then. And you're just going to rout and disintegrate, aren't you? Yeah, I think once again, we will not get enough units dead to activate the Realm of Souls. 702. And we need 50 more, and I think maybe by the end of it. 733. 745. Come on. There we go. I don't even know what to summon that on. Alright, go for the Minotaurs if you can. Don't let them run, come on. The only unit that I really want dead. I mean, I guess we wanted the Cygors dead as well, but that was just plain not going to happen. Alright, speed it up to max. I think these Ushabti are also going to melt away, but who knows. Target the Minotaurs and nope. Huh. It ended before they melted away, unless they all instantly melted in like half a second. I've never seen that happen to the AIs, so a little bit unfortunate that it happened here, but it's okay. We'll get the territory back. So I guess the Redhorn tribe actually moved into our territory, rather than the enemy territory. Interesting. I wonder if they did that before or after we declared war. Maybe they were planning to attack us in the first place. And if that was the case, then it's probably a good thing that we declared war. I do a little bit regret not killing them with Arkhan, but it's okay. Alright, so they're going to be their King Jocht. Well, since you no longer have that dwarf army to go after, yeah, they're no threat. I think we're gonna send you to retake Agrul, Migdal, and aha! And this guy's going for Zandri instead. Wait. You can't reach him. What about down here? Oh, these guys are actually sieging the Sorcerer's Islands. Settlement raised, Agrul, Migdal, the Barrier Islands. Right expires Incantation of Xar. Okay, so first of all, we're going to go in Great Incantation of Xar to get the Sandstorm attrition. Alright. Yeah, with this garrison, even with this garrison, I doubt that we're going to be able to pull that off. If Leonardo is in fact going for Zandri, which does have a tier 2 defensive territory, I will hope that it should be able to hold. I guess depending on what kind of artillery they have, but I would think that it should be. Which would allow King Rakash to get the heck out of here and try to move down here instead. It's gonna take him several turns to get here, though. Honestly, it's probably going to take him long enough for this not to matter, as in we can just ignore it and go to Xandria instead. As those guys will attack anyway. Let's move outside of Al-Haik, and let's move to Xandria. Watch this guy just now ignore Xandria and go for Fyrus instead. Well, let's hope not. Alrighty, but we'll see. Now, Arkhan, you have stuff to do, my friend. Go into corrupted dynasties and take Mount Arachnos. And well, Thorak is sieging Karagorhud. Alright, let's auto-resolve this garbage. Don't need to fight that. Though we did take quite a bit of damage for it. Occupy, yeah, we'll probably keep the place. And your healing's okay. We'll just not auto-resolve Lost Plateau, and then it should be fine. Oh, you have a funerary district here, which is nice. Don't collect the income, but do get the taxidermist tomb. And just for a little bit of extra trade goods. King Sanacht. I guess the question is, what do we do with you? If we don't bother defending Death Gorge right now... we need to build the walls here, but you could try to get Thorak. If he continues sieging, and you're able to move up in march stance, or in ambush stance, rather, you might be able to hit him. I imagine the Redhorn tribe... Oh, no, don't tell me they're going to go after Numas. Oh, that'll be really irritating. No, you know what, King Jokt? You're going to Numas. And you're going to find and kill those... you're going to find and kill those beastmen, and then retake Agrul Migdal, if nothing else for the commandment. Not that the territory was all that valuable to us. Alright, next up, who do we have here? King Araru. You've taken Bagar. Now I guess the question is whether we try for Antok, regardless of the fact that there's a pile of Bowmen of Orion just standing there. Would they be willing to declare war on us, I guess is the question. Let's think about it. Hetakor, you can stay here. You're basically permanently stationed in this particular territory. And Ibiamos, I guess you're kind of in the same situation, aren't you? Just stay out here, you need to keep an eye on the rats and whatever else comes this way. Alright, and I forget, what do? You have Wise and you have your Canopic Jar. Yeah, so you can just keep acting as a scout. Guess you can get Mortuary Cultist. There you go. Alrighty. Wonder if this army is also going to shortly sail out towards us. Might be an annoyance, but we do have another army up and running in one turn, or at the very least we have the ability to get it in one turn. Celestial Loyalists.
The Queen of
The rest of this, by the looks of it, we don't care about. Clan Eshen, Zufbar, no. And Vlad did fail to take Castle Templehof. Vlad, come on, man. What are you doing? You're right outside it with a full stack. You didn't sack it, did you? Nope. Where's Vlad's main army? He's moving towards Karak-Dromar, but there is a Zufbar. There's a full Zufbar stack there. I'm almost tempted to peace out with Zufbar temporarily to allow Vlad to consolidate Templehof instead.
What?
Vlad could take Zufbar in theory, but I don't see him defeating a full stack here. And he'll lose Schwarzhofen if he tries, most likely. Yeah, you know what? We'll redeclare war. Let's peace out with them for now. And there we go. Just fight Templehof. The Zufbar will recover, of course, but then so will Vlad. The less wars he has, the better for us. If we can keep him alive, we'll get to use his units for the rest of the campaign. Alrighty, anything else that we need to do in terms of moves? Well, I guess it's just King Araru, but it's also buildings. Buildings need to be built. So, first of all, you, refurbished workshop. And we got 3 more turns here until we can switch... No, wait, 1 more turn here. We'll upgrade this next turn, so yeah, we can ignore this for now. Alrighty, Coast of Araby. Nothing to build there except the possibility of the Pit of Tombs. Wait, Pit of Souls, rather, Pit of Tombs. Yeah, I guess we're not upgrading anything right now. You know what? Upgrade this, and then let's switch you back to Worship of Asaph. Frack to land. And what do we have here? Tower of Arkhan, you are upgrading this. You do not need to upgrade the Pools of Despair, but El Kalabad will be upgradable next turn, so we'll hold off and upgrade that. Though I do have to wonder whether we actually need the Desert Lookout here now. We could probably replace it with military buildings. You know what, let's wait until Plain of Tuskers and maybe even all of the Talaqua faction is destroyed before doing that, as it does concern me. And you are good as you are for at least one more turn. Barrier Idols, etc., etc. Fine. Great Mortis Delta, yes. Mortuary Sanctum, and here we will build the lone column for the extra little bit of growth. Alrighty, and then you can just keep growing as you are, Black Pyramid. It's gonna take time, especially if we keep using points to upgrade these structures, but it's okay. Bagar, you can collect income. You're actually fine right now. Galbaraz, not so much. Mount Arachnos, well, only because Arkhan is there, but a little bit of money couldn't hurt, I guess. Black Pyramid, no, we need you to grow, which is why we're not collecting income here. Alrighty, King Araru and Antok. Alright, you know what? I think I know what we can do. What we can do is move you to siege Antok. And we'll see what happens. We'll put this on, let's say you, it doesn't really matter right now. We will siege Antok. And if the Wood Elves attack us, then we will retreat and then fight them in the field. If they don't attack us, then it's unlikely that they will attack us once we take Antok, which we will then be free to take. I think that's the better way. Are they at war with anybody? They are not. Would we be willing to get them to join our war against anybody? For example, Kairos. No. Well, they're not fighting Talaqua, that's for sure. Ancestral Throng, Armbrow's Expedition, maybe? No, they don't like that either. Really, what we'll probably do is we'll send Arkhan through this territory and just destroy them. While they're on the way. Oh, what about Redhorn Tribe? No, no dice. Alright, well then, screw you two. Alright, well I guess we're going next turn. Once again, we are basically out of time, unfortunately, but I'd really like to see what happens here, and what happens here, and here. Though if they attack, we'll save it for next episode. And I guess to see whether the Redhorn Tribe go to Gorgazan. Ah, they might take Gorgazan as well. It doesn't even have its Desert Lookout up and running. I have to wonder where that little army is. You would probably actually have a tough time defeating the army as well, King Jocht. You gotta be careful with you, those Cygors, man. I'm just wondering whether we can get you any other upgrades. Probably not out of these. Let's just get you Indomitable Will for now so that we can start building you out to be an actual fighter. Alright, good enough. End the turn, let's see what happens. Selma besieged Antok. That's us besieging. Because it's not our settlement. Alright, Redhorn Tribe, then the other Tomb King faction, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? And hello. And these guys are willing to attack us here. This doesn't really answer the question about the Wood Elves. The question then is, do we back off? You know what, I think we back off. Retreat. Yes. You're gonna retreat, because if the Wood Elves attack you, they'll still attack. Wurzag is going to end military access, okay, which means soon Wurzag will start attacking us as well. A shame. Oh, we went back into our own territory, and you're in march stance. Ooh, I actually think that we definitely have the advantage there. Where we don't have the advantage is possibly here. Alrighty, well, this is actually doable. It looks like they don't have Ushabti, which means we can hide behind the Sepulchral Stalker piles and Ushabti piles and hope to destroy the enemy melee units, or at the very least hold the enemy melee units. And we just have to make sure we don't get too damaged by the enemy skeleton archers, which is what our Nehekara horsemen are going to be for. That said, we're going to do this at the start of next episode, because this is actually going to be a pretty epic siege by the looks of it, and probably a pretty hard one, so we'll start off next episode with this, and I'm gonna call it here. In addition to that, whatever else we can get up to with the Redhorn Tribe, if we can manage to catch them, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.